All right, we're checking out Forbidden Planet, and I'm so excited. 1956. I've heard it's like the grandfather of all sci-fi movies, and I'm just so excited. Woo! Forbidden Planet. Such a cool title. Yes, Leslie Nielsen will be quite young in this. I like the sound. And introducing Robbie the robot. I've heard that this was a huge influence on Star Trek and so many other sci-fis. I'm so excited to see. Groundbreaking for the time. Electronic tonalities by... I like all these space sounds. All right, let's do it. I'm pumped.
In the final decade of the 21st century, men and women in rocket ships landed on the moon. By 2200 AD, they had reached the other planets of our solar system. Almost at once, there followed the discovery of hyperdrive, through which the speed of light.
Hyperdrive.
And so at last, mankind began the conquest and colonization of deep space.
Cool.
United Planets cruiser C-57D on a special mission to the planetary system of the great main sequence star Altair.
Wow, that actually looked pretty good. Oh, there he is. Oh my gosh, she's so young.
When do we get a DC fix, Jerry?
Half a minute, Skipper. We'll reach DC point at 1701.
1701D.
Chief, we'll drop back below light speed in about 3 minutes. Got your breakable gear stowed?
Aye, aye, sir. DC set and punched on, Skipper.
DC, bosun.
Aye, aye, sir.
This is all one long shot. Talking about faster than light travel and stuff. Wow. Are they meant to beam? Get out of here. Okay, this must have blown people's minds open. Ooh, the sound. How do they do it, I wonder? They all look tired.
There's Altair right on the nose, Skipper.
Ooh, that looks awesome. Wow.
As you'll recollect from your briefing lectures, this is an Earth-type planet. 20 years ago, the spacecraft Bellerophon landed here with a prospecting party of scientists. Our mission is to search for survivors. That is all.
I feel like that's a very common space story, is like a crew has already gone and we don't know where they are. They're lost. We have to go find them. So this must have been one of the first to do that.
Lord sure makes some beautiful worlds.
How do these continents check with the old charts?
It'll tell you better in a little while, Skipper. It's time for breaks.
Okay, take it away.
I like that they call him Skipper, like on a ship. All right, I'm wondering how crazy this is gonna get. What will we find here on Altair?
Another one of them new worlds. No beer, no women, no pool parlors, nothing.
He's over it. No beer, no women. Pah.
No survival suits will be required upon landing.
Really?
Oxygen content 4.7 richer than Earth standard. Gravity only 0.897.
Cool.
Not even any short-range radio signals yet? Not so far, sir.
No signs of life. I wonder what happened to the other crew.
There are no cities, ports, roads, bridges, dams. There's just no sign of civilization at all.
Sir, we're being radar scanned.
By whom?
Bosun, flash me alert.
Aye, aye, sir. Combat stations, blast them in. Activate your scopes.
Radio contact, sir. There's a voice here. Human? Yes, sir.
Human. That guy's name was Boson, like Higgs boson.
Spaceship, identify yourself. You're being tracked.
How about you identify yourself?
United Planets cruiser C-57D. Who are you?
Morbius of the Bellerophon.
Yeah, here it is. Morbius E, PhD, Lit D,
Okay.
Expedition Philologist.
Philologist?
We're very glad to find you alive.
I, of course, appreciate your concern, but absolutely no assistance of any sort is required.
Not interested.
Your best procedure will be to turn back at once without landing.
Just wants them to turn back. Yeah, right.
I warn you that I cannot be answerable for the safety of your ship.
If you'll just supply me with landing coordinates.
Very well, but I wash my hands of all responsibility.
Forbidden Planet. Maybe it's very dangerous.
Commander, I strongly urge you to reconsider. Please permit me to recommend...
Hung up on him. Should ask him why.
Captain to crew, stand by to reverse polarity. Standard Class A security will be maintained upon landing. And until further notice, all hands will wear sidearms.
That's a good call. Reverse polarity. Cool. Oh, there's like 2 moons in the sky. I feel like we're gonna encounter some dangerous stuff here. All right, nice and easy. Set her down. Cool spaceship.
Look at the color of that sky.
Yeah, but I'll still take blue.
Bosun.
Aye, sir.
You can assemble a tractor.
Aye, aye, sir.
Better check the command mic, Skipper.
Good idea.
Comms.
Hey, what's this dust coming?
Looks like we're being met.
Bosun.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hold the tractor.
Aye, aye, sir.
On a vehicle, huh?
Driver must be a madman.
Maybe it's that other guy.
driver?
Whoa! Oh my. Say I come in peace. Oh, bowed. That's polite. Okay.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Cool robot.
This is no offense, but you are a robot, aren't you?
For sure.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robbie.
Robbie the robot. I like him.
Nice climate you have here. High oxygen.
I rarely use it myself, sir. It promotes rust.
Doc, is it a male or female?
In my case, sir, the question is totally without meaning. Will you get in, gentlemen?
Yeah, go with the robot.
Quinn, track this if I blink red.
I'll bring the tractor in a hurry, sir.
Right.
I already trust Robbie. I think he's a good robot. I like all these like beep boop sounds. They're very cool. Now, is this the other crew?
If you
They sent a
gentlemen
robot
will
out to
go
meet them?
in, you're expected.
I am Morbius.
I'm sorry, sir, if we're not welcome, but we do have our orders.
Yeah, why doesn't he want them there?
But of course you must stay for lunch, gentlemen, and do forgive the ill manners of an old recluse. Won't you come in?
I see. He's just used to being alone. So it's just him there? What? Okay, we're gonna need more info on what happened to the whole crew. Unless it was just him the whole time.
Whatever that lunch
him and
was,
Robbie.
it was certainly delicious.
Simply some of Robbie's synthetics.
He's your cook, too?
Even manufactures the raw material.
Wow, replicator.
One introduces a sample of human food through this aperture. Down here, there's a small built-in chemical laboratory where he analyzes it.
So you have to feed it to him first.
Plus absolute selfless obedience. Activate the disposal unit.
Household disintegrator beam.
Put your arm in there.
No. Don't put your arm in there.
Order canceled.
He would do it, though. I see.
Commander, may I borrow that formidable-looking sidearm of yours? Robbie, point this thing at that Althea Frutex out there on the terrace. Fire. Now turn around here.
Don't tell him to fire on them.
Point it at the commander.
No. He's not afraid.
Aim right between the eyes. Fire.
What? Oh, he won't do it.
He's helpless.
Yeah,
In a
fried.
sub-electronic dilemma between my direct orders and his basic inhibitions against harming rational beings.
Oh. Okay, so he has like rules to follow.
Doctor, how did you come by such a mechanism?
Yeah, did he build it?
I tinkered him together during my first months up here.
Coffee is ready, sir.
Tinkered him together.
Dr. Morbius, you're a philologist, an expert in words and languages.
Oh, I see. Philologist.
My dear Commander, maybe you overestimate both Robbie and myself.
I don't know. He's pretty impressive.
Let me show you another bit of parlor magic.
Why didn't he want them to come down there? That's cool.
This has been very pleasant. You've seen how comfortable I am here. No hardships.
Now, please leave. I think he's hiding something.
Yes, sir. The moment we've interviewed the other members of the Bellerophon Fund.
But there are no others, Commander. Before the first year was out, they had all succumbed to a sort of a planetary force here. Some dark, terrible, incomprehensible force. Only my wife and I were immune.
A force. How many were there?
Skipper, there's no record of any wife on the Bellerophon rolls.
Julia Marston, she and I were married by the skipper on the voyage here. I have the certificate.
But where is she now?
My dear wife died a few months after the others. Only in her case, it was of natural causes.
Did they all really die of a force, or did he kill them?
My co-workers were torn literally limb from limb.
By what?
By some devilish thing that never once showed itself.
And the Bellerophon?
Vaporized.
He doesn't believe him.
Father.
Oh, so he's not alone.
Alta, I specifically asked you not to join us for lunch.
There are babes on this planet.
Always so terribly wanted to meet a young man, and now 3 of them at once.
She's never met a young man.
You're lovely, Doctor. Of course, the 2 end ones are unbelievable.
Never met a guy before, except for her dad. Wow.
Of course, you must make allowances for my daughter, gentlemen. She's never known any human being except her father.
I hope you'll make allowances too, sir. We young men have been shut up in hyperspace for well over a year now.
And she's a babe.
But you keep helping me. After all, you're not Robbie.
I wouldn't mind being Robbie in certain ways. That's only in certain ways, of course.
I can see that was probably very clever, but I don't seem to understand it.
The biological ways.
Your father wasn't too happy at first about your meeting us, was he?
Naturally not. You're from Earth.
What's wrong with Earth?
He doesn't like her.
All 3 of you are such very fine exceptions. Well, you are exceptions, aren't you?
Oh, sure.
Exceptions to what?
What about the commander?
That man is notorious throughout 7 planetary systems. I don't feel free to discuss the shortcomings of a fellow officer, but
Yeah, right.
any girl or woman who lets him get her alone anywhere.
I don't believe it.
There. Just then when he looked at me, why, his eyes almost had fire in them. I'm so glad you don't have any fire in your eyes, Lieutenant.
Well, I'm not that harmless.
I'm not sure about you, Jerry. We'll see.
I've explained to them that you have my permission to visit Earth whenever you choose.
But what has he told them about Earth?
Then my little girl never feels lonely or confined.
No, I have you and Robbie and all my friends.
Friends.
Yes, perhaps you better call them, my dear.
Something fishy's going on here. This is a very cool little house they have, though.
Felt something go right through my head.
Alta's whistle is above the pitch of human hearing. I often feel it myself.
The animals? Oh.
What's up?
Look. No. Watch.
She's tamed it, I assume.
You're as tame as a kitten.
Outside of the range of my daughter's influence, it's still a deadly wild beast.
She just hangs around and tames tigers all day.
What, Chief?
Everything okay, Commander?
No problem. As you can see, we're under no restraint whatsoever.
Not yet.
Knock that out, Quinn.
That whistle.
I'm forced now to contact base for new instructions.
Tell me just what is involved in your making contact with Earth base?
How to short circuit the continuum on a 5 or 6 parsec level.
He could probably solve it.
Build one, we'd have to cannibalize about 2/3 of the ship's electronic gear, and then unship the main drive to juice it. Just to construct a bunker to house the core would take about 10 days.
Tell me, would 2-inch lead shielding do as well?
Be better if we happen to be carrying about 100 square yards of this stuff.
And I'll have Robbie run it off for you.
Yeah, Robbie can make it.
Look out there, Commander. Bellerophon Party. 19 years ago, I dug those graves with my own hands, and I have, believe me, no wish to repeat that experience.
I'm not sure if there's like an outside force, a monster like he's really talking about, or if he like went mad and killed everyone.
Fasten your seatbelts, gentlemen.
It's kind of eerie and spooky.
Be easy with this cord. Rusty coils won't take us home without it.
Bosun, just drop the thing down right over there.
Aye, aye, sir.
Look at Robbie doing work. Oh. She has cool outfits.
Where do you wish the shielding stacked, sir?
Well, you can just put it right over there by the core, thank you. Wait a minute, that's solid lead he's carrying.
Super strong.
The whole thing hardly comes to 10 tons.
All right, Cookie, out of here.
Aye, sir.
What? Pranksters.
We'd like to check my final assembly for the monitor unit of the
take it
Klystron
off.
transmitter.
What, already?
Yes, sir.
Aren't these condensers out of my accelerator circuits?
Yes, sir. I borrowed some solenoids from your gyro stabilizers, too.
Gyro stabilizer.
Come here. Over here.
What's he doing?
Can I be of service, sir?
Well, if you could tell me where I could get a hold of some of the real stuff.
Real stuff.
Just for cooking purposes, you understand.
Pardon me, sir. Stuff?
Yeah, well, what? Oh.
Just about 1 jolt left. Genuine ancient rocket bourbon. See here? Hey,
The good stuff.
well, you low-living contraption, I ought to take a can opener to you.
He's gonna make you more.
I am analyzing. Would 60 gallons be sufficient?
Gallons. You're the most understanding soul I ever met up with.
Robbie's the best.
Nothing really personal, just a kiss.
But why should people want to kiss each other?
It's an old custom.
But it's so silly.
But it's good for you, though. It stimulates the whole system.
This guy.
I didn't know that.
Only too happy to show you.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant.
No trouble at all.
Is that all there is to it?
She's not impressed.
Well, you've sort of got to stick with it.
I don't think she's into it.
I don't know, Lieutenant. There must be something seriously the matter with me because honestly, I haven't noticed the least bit of stimulation.
Burn.
Here. You're giving me the treatment, are you?
Lieutenant Farman.
I know there are a lot of pressing duties waiting for me back at the ship, and
Dismissed.
Yeah, dismiss. Get out of here.
What's the matter with him? Why did he leave? Why did you both act so funny?
But don't you understand, Alta? Well, look at yourself. You see, you can't run around like that in front of men, particularly not a space wolf like Farman.
Space Wolf.
What's wrong with my clothes? I designed them myself.
It's so easy for you, isn't it? Nothing human would ever enter your mind.
Well, she wasn't raised around humans.
Get out of here before I have her run out of the area under guard.
And then I'll put more guards on the guards.
I think you should wear whatever you want, sweetheart.
And he shouted.
What about?
I was only trying to be nice about kissing the lieutenant.
Oh? How did the commander react to that?
He was furious. Never been so nervous in all my life. And I hope I don't see him again if I live to be 400 million.
I'm sure they'll come to like each other.
I still have some work to do in my study. Good night, my dear.
Yeah, I want to know what he's working on. He said he has a lot of work to do. He's working on stuff. What is he doing? What's he doing here?
Where have you been? I've beamed and beamed.
Sorry, miss. I was giving myself an oil job.
Robbie, I must have a new dress right away.
Again.
Oh, but this one must be different. Absolutely nothing must show.
Radiation proof.
No, just eye-proof will do.
Eye-proof.
And fit in all the right places with lots and lots of star sapphires.
Star sapphires take a week to crystallize properly. Would diamond or emeralds do?
Oh, yes.
5, 10, and 15 carats and on hand.
That'll do. Robbie is her best friend.
Funny to see 2 moons in the sky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny how quick a guy gets used to it.
Yeah. Do you hear something?
Like what?
Like a sort of big breathing.
Creepy. This shot, like this handheld shot. Maybe not handheld, but something's about to go down. Wake up, dude. These sounds.
Wrong and Gray, last night during your watch, this ship was entered.
It's like something invisible.
And neither of you saw or heard anything. Except you, Gray, you heard breathing. And Youngerford, you were asleep in your bunk. And you think you had a dream. Pending further evidence, you're deprived of space pay and all privileges.
Space pay.
Dismissed.
No dreaming allowed.
Hey, half a minute, Skipper. I'll change into a plain uniform.
No, you better stay as you are. I'm leaving you in command here.
Aye, aye, sir.
Bit salty. Not allowed to go. Shouldn't have been kissing on duty. Ooh. Beautiful. Zapped him.
Good morning, gentlemen.
I'd like to see Dr. Morbius.
Morbius is in his study, sir, never to be disturbed while that door is closed.
Doing what?
All right, we'll wait. Is there any other way out of there?
This is the only door.
How could he have slipped past 2 centuries?
Wasn't him? Just skinny dipping.
You stay right there where you are and keep your eye on that door.
Come on in.
Didn't bring my bathing suit.
It's a bathing suit.
I want to see her new dress.
Sure didn't expect to see you today after the way you spoke to me yesterday.
I'm very sorry about the way I spoke to you yesterday, Anna. I was sort of bothered.
All right, let's see the dress. Covered head to toe.
All right, you can look now. Nothing shows through, does it? I had it made especially for you.
So as not to offend you.
Thought you weren't expecting me today.
Was it? I don't know. I guess just something about me personally you don't like.
I assume they'll fall in love.
You always looked just beautiful.
Then why don't you kiss me like everybody else does?
Hasn't your father taught you anything at all?
Poetry and mathematics, logic and
Biology? Of course, that's mostly on the theoretical side.
This innuendo.
What's wrong with theory?
I wonder if this kiss will stimulate. She's into it. Biology. She likes the fire in his eyes. Oh, Tiger, jealous.
That's all right. He's my friend.
Whoa! Bounced. That was a cool effect.
I'm sorry, Alda. I had to do that.
Disintegrated him.
But he didn't recognize me. He would have killed me. Why?
You really don't know, do you?
No.
Because of the kissing? She's giving off those weird pheromones now.
He's still in there?
Hasn't come out. Oh, wait a minute, Skipper. After all, it is his house.
What's the matter? Doc, something new has been added.
Oh,
Oh, complicated.
that's going to complicate things a bit.
See? Is he in there?
Not even a window. Robot lied. Morbius hasn't been in here.
So the robot can lie. I think he's up to something too.
Hieroglyphics?
Maybe.
Made of his own language.
You'll find the household silver in the dining room.
Dr. Morbius.
Explain what's going on here.
Last night, our Klystron monitor was sabotaged.
And you suspect me. Then the time has come for clarification.
Yeah, spill it. What's really going on here? I like his office, though. Very cool.
In times long past, this planet was the home of a mighty and noble race of beings, which called themselves the Krell.
Krell.
They were 1,000,000 years ahead of humankind, for in unlocking the mysteries of nature, they had conquered even their baser selves. Long before the dawn of man's history, they had walked our Earth.
Oh.
That explains the tiger and the deer.
Ah, right. And the monkey.
But then, seemingly on the threshold of some supreme accomplishment, which was to have crowned their entire history, this all but divine race perished in a single night.
Huh.
What were they like?
No record of their physical nature has survived, except perhaps in the form of this characteristic arch.
So how does he know all this?
That recording was made by Krell musicians 500,000 years ago.
Krell music.
Now, if you will follow me, I will show you some of their other remaining artifacts.
Sick beats. So he just found this place and built his house around it. That's cool. There's a bunch of artifacts.
Krell metal. Try your blaster there, Commander.
But how'd they disappear in one night? Nothing. Impenetrable.
This spot should be molten.
It's not even warm, and no trace of radioactivity. Yet it drinks up energy like a sponge.
Oh, cool. Whoa, look at this lab.
This is just one of their laboratories. You'll notice that much of the equipment is familiar, though designed for non-human technicians.
Wow.
On this screen may be projected the total scientific knowledge of the Krell, from its primitive beginning to the day of its annihilation.
I see.
You're able to read this?
A little, it's my profession.
Languages, yes.
Eventually, I was able to deduce most of their huge logical alphabet. I began to learn. The first practical result was that robot of mine.
That's their design?
It's too big to evaluate. Think what a discovery of this kind will... Morbius, what is this device over here?
Interrupted him.
Plastic educator. As far as I can make out, they used it to condition and test their young, in much the same way as we once employed finger painting among our kindergarten children.
Yeah, let's see it.
You can see that this headset was designed for something much bulkier than my human cranium.
Puny human.
Electromagnetic waves of my brain sending that indicator up about halfway. I gather that one of their own young, comparable to a 7-year-old child, was normally expected to send that all the way to the top, which by Krell standards classifies me as a low-grade moron.
Idiot. All right, so we are dumber than a child of their race. Got it.
There now, gentlemen.
What's that? What's happening there? A statue.
Statue of his daughter.
Simply a three-dimensional image, Commander.
But it's alive.
Like a hologram? Wow.
Would you gentlemen care to take the Krell test of your intelligence?
Yes.
You may be disappointed, Commander.
Yeah.
Well, there's something wrong here. I have an IQ of 161, yet I don't register a third what you did.
Now the Commander.
Maybe our IQ tests are flawed. All right, let's see. Either he's really dumb or really smart. Same.
It's all right, sir. Commanding officer doesn't need brains.
It's all right that you're so stupid. Don't worry about it.
In my first attempt at creating an image here, my brain pattern there was scarcely any larger than yours. Afterwards, I lay unconscious for a day and a night.
Oh, wow.
But you can imagine my joy when I discovered that the shock had permanently doubled my intellectual capacity.
Oh.
Recently, I have turned up some rather puzzling indication. The Krell had been applying their entire racial energies to a new project. Somehow free them once and for all from any dependence on physical instrumentality.
What, meaning like everything by the mind?
Not a sign of age or wear on any of it.
These devices, self-serviced, have stood exactly as you see them for 2,000 centuries.
2,000 centuries?
What was the power source?
That's a very good question.
That's a good question. I tell you, if it's dilithium crystal, I'm gonna lose my
When I activate this machine, it registers infinitesimally, you see, down there in the lower left-hand corner. And then when I activate the educator here, it registers a little more.
Well, the total potential here must be nothing less than astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
The number 10 raised almost literally to the power of infinity.
Right.
Gentlemen, would you care to see some more of the Krell wonders?
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, this is fascinating. I'm shocked by this. Whoa.
How often the Krell technicians have ridden in this little vehicle.
But now, Dr. Morbius,
Prepare your minds for a new scale of physical scientific values, gentlemen.
Prepare your mind for a new physical scale? Wow. All right, preparing my mind. I'm dazzled by the science in this. This is great. Okay, look at the scale of them, though. These guys built this whole thing. Wow. The Krell. Maybe they didn't die off. Maybe they just went somewhere else. This place is bananas.
20 miles. 20 miles.
circuits opening and closing.
And they never rest. This is one of their ventilator shafts. You can feel the warm air rising.
Yeah, okay.
7,800 levels.
Oh, wow. What?
And 400 other shafts like this one.
Wow. Imagine you went to a planet and you just found this? What the fuck? This movie's awesome.
This is a single machine. You 20 miles on each side.
Single machine.
But what's it all for?
Yes, what is it all for?
I'll show you a section of one of the power units.
I don't know if he knows what it's for.
Now, be sure and look only in the mirror. Man does not behold the face of the Gorgon and live.
The Gorgon.
9,200 thermonuclear reactors intact. A harnessed power of an exploding planetary system.
Thermonuclear.
All hands, stand clear of fence area. All right, Quinn, turn it on.
What is it, a perimeter? Yeah, that'll work.
I request the lieutenant's permission to take a little walk outside the perimeter, sir.
There's nothing out there.
But there is, sir.
60 gallons of it.
If I could find a few wild radishes or something.
Watch out for the fence.
Kill the power on the fence. All right, put it back on.
Whoa!
480 pints. Total 60 gallons.
Robbie. Well, that ought to do.
Robbie, I ain't never gonna forget this. Anytime you're hard up for a couple of gallons of lube, you just let me know.
Robbie should help him carry that back. Or something invisible's trying to get through.
Shall I shut down the current, sir?
No, it's stopped now. Check over the whole system first thing in the morning.
Aye, sir.
Something invisible. Look at these footprints. Looks big. That's freaky. Heavy. Cool. Cool effects.
It's strange how that fence just shorted out.
Is that someone inside the ship?
Perhaps I do not choose to be dictated to in my own world.
No one man can be allowed to monopolize it.
Yes. You don't own it, dude.
I have come to the unalterable conclusion that man is unfit as yet to receive such knowledge, such almost limitless power.
Whereas Morbius, with his artificially expanded intellect, is now ideally suited to administer this power for the whole human race.
He does have an expanded brain.
Such portions, then, of the Krell science as I may from time to time deem suitable and safe, I shall dispense to Earth. Other portions
Earth will
I
not
shall
like
withhold.
this. And what about when you die?
Commander Adams.
Speaking, Lieutenant.
Skipper, the chief's been murdered.
Quinn murdered?
Quinn.
How was it done?
Skipper, his body is plastered all over the communications room.
Okay, what is this monster? Maybe it's the Krell. They don't need corporeal bodies anymore.
Started again.
He thinks they're all gonna get murdered.
Tried to make a plastic model from the footprints we found.
Oh.
37 inches by 19.
Oh, gross. No, think about how big that would be.
Well, notice this structure here. Characteristic of a 4-footed animal. Yet our visitor last night left the tracks of a biped. Yet this claw could only belong to an arboreal creature like some impossible tree sloth.
Pardon me, Commander. Are you ready to hold discipline on the cook, sir?
Did he manage to bring back all that liquor?
I gave him permission to go out last night.
You give him permission to get falling down drunk?
Drunk, sir? Me, sir? 4 pints of 120 proof bourbon without a trace of hangover in it. Now, that ain't natural, sir.
No hangover?
Besides, why did that Robert argue me into drinking all that whiskey in the first place?
Robert?
Him and me, we kind of got to toasting each other's good health. Just for cordial interplanetary relations, you understand?
Oh, sure. We know Robbie didn't do it.
Well, I guess that kind of washes the robot up.
Where does that leave us for suspects?
Maybe it leaves us with the same one. Maybe you and I ought to drop over to that Krell laboratory and...
Yeah, do that. Morbius won't like that, though.
Good day, Dr. Morbius.
I warned you while your ship was still in space.
He did.
That is only a foretaste. The Bellerophon pattern is being woven again. Remain here, and the next attack on your party will be more deadly and general.
How do you know that?
I seem to visualize it.
Like a premonition.
If you wish, call it a premonition.
Interesting. Is that because of his boosted IQ?
What do you make of that, Skipper? I'd say it sounded like an ultimatum. Bosun.
Aye, sir.
How close are they to fixing the ship?
Then A alert is completed.
Aye, aye, sir.
Activate main batteries.
Look at these things. What is this, weapons?
Alarm for test. Fire! Check good.
Yeah, those will work, but you can't see the enemy.
Well, Lieutenant, you got your trouble squad in hand?
Yes, sir, they're in hand, but they're a little trigger happy. They're sort of edgy to see whatever's out there.
Same.
Look, this may be a big deal coming up. I'm sorry if I've leaned on you at all. You've got to understand that...
She picked the right man.
Oh.
Bygones.
Sir, radar just picked up something.
Where away?
At the head of the arroyo.
Moving?
This way, sir, slowly.
Can we see it? Has there been any music in this movie yet? Or is it all like beep boop space sounds? I haven't noticed.
Fire!
You see anything out there, Doc?
Nothing.
Doesn't mean it's not there though. And it walked right through the perimeter, so I don't know if these weapons will do anything anyway.
What?
It just stopped at the foot of the pass.
Are you sure you've got a real blip there?
They don't see anything.
It's still coming!
Fire!
Strong, set up a crossfire on those rocks.
I mean, they got a lot of weapons. They're in good position, but I don't think it's going to do anything. But maybe if they blast it the right way, it'll become visible. Maybe it's the Krell. Maybe the Krell are still there. See?
The blasted thing's invisible!
At least they know now. Oh. Oh my god, that's scary. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's pretty terrifying. Stomped? Kind of like a gorilla, but like on all fours. Uh-oh, Jerry. Yep. Fire everything you got! It's like King Kong. Wake up, dude! That looks crazy. Dead? Disappear?
Alta! Altura! What's the matter?
I just had a terrible dream.
Huh?
A dream? Dreams are something here.
The thing I saw was trying to break into camp. It was gonna kill. You'll take care of him for me, won't you, Father?
I'm completely helpless as long as he remains here so willfully.
He's completely helpless as long as he remains here unwillfully.
Bosun.
Yes, sir.
Get those graves dug. Keep the men busy.
Right. The busier, the better.
What happened to the thing? Did it just run away?
Well, ma'am, whatever it was, our main battery stopped it.
You believe that?
Not without casualties.
No, it just went away for some reason. It'll be back. Doc, an invisible being that cannot be disintegrated by atomic fission.
Crazy.
That is a scientific impossibility. But any organism dense enough to survive 3 billion electron volts would have to be made of solid nuclear material.
Nuclear material.
It must have been renewing its molecular structure from 1 microsecond to the next.
What?
So now we just pick up the girl and her father whether they like it or not, huh?
Section 86A. Evacuate all civilians.
Evacuate.
You left out 2 very important words, where feasible.
One of us gets into that Krell lab and takes that brain boost.
Yeah, I think the doc is gonna do it.
All right. Get everything aboard ship. We're pulling out.
Well, they're not gonna want to go. The girl might, but the dad won't.
No lights showing.
Yeah. In case we make it into that lab, I'll take the first go at the IQ booster.
I am monitored to admit no one at this hour.
Well, that sounded final.
Maybe if we reasoned with them.
Yeah, can they outsmart this robot?
My beams are focused on your blasters, gentlemen.
Useless. Rendered inert.
Yet I am monitored to admit no one.
Robbie, let them in.
Alta!
Why are you here?
To rescue.
We were attacked. 3 more men dead, including Jerry Farman.
Is he going to get boosted?
You must leave now.
Darling, I'm not going without you.
But I can't possibly leave him alone.
Then we'll take him.
By force. I can't agree to that either.
No.
Please, if you love me, go.
Alta. Doc, will you talk some sense to this girl?
The doc is gone.
Doc?
The doc's been boosted, I think.
On a sofa, Robbie.
Or not. Is he dead? Oh.
So you took the brain boost, huh?
You ought to see my new mind. Up there in lights, bigger than his now.
Wow. Can he handle it?
The Krell had completed their project. Big machine, no instrumentalities, true creation. But the Krell forgot one thing.
Yes, what?
Monsters, John.
Monsters.
Monsters from the id.
The id. What's that?
Like the ego and the id?
Doc.
No. Monsters from the id.
Doc.
Okay, so if you're gonna boost, you can't go too far.
How romantic. The fool, as though his ape's brain could contain the secrets of the Krell.
He's dead.
He was warned, and now he's paid.
Cold.
Let him be buried with the other victims of human greed and folly.
To be fair, he never warned them you can't boost it too high.
Morbius, you wanted me to make a choice. Now you've chosen for me.
Alta,
I'm ready to go with you, darling.
she mustn't do this. She must be prevented.
Morbius, what is the id?
Yes, yes.
It's an obsolete term.
Put him in the disintegrator.
I'm afraid once used to describe the elementary basis of the subconscious mind.
Monsters from the id. Monsters from the subconscious.
Huh.
Of course, that's what Doc meant. The big machine, 8,000 cubic miles of Cleiston relays, enough power for a whole population of creative geniuses. Creation by mere thought.
Why haven't I seen this all along?
Huh.
The beast, the mindless primitive. Even the Krell must have evolved from that beginning.
They can't suppress it.
And so those mindless beasts of the subconscious had access to a machine that could never be shut down.
My poor Krell. After 1,000,000 years of shining sanity, they could hardly have understood what power was destroying them.
The monsters in their own mind.
The last Krell died 2,000 centuries ago. But today, as we all know, there is still at large on this planet a living monster.
Your mind refuses to face a conclusion.
This is all one scene.
Something is approaching from the southwest. It
Uh-oh.
is now quite close.
Do they have any weapons there? Well, they're immune. That's right.
Could Robbie be wrong?
No, never.
There it comes.
Invisible. Yeah, put up those.
I feel sorry for you, young man.
Feel sorry for your daughter, Morbius.
It's listening.
I wonder if she is immune.
Morbius, that thing out there.
It's you. You're insane.
You still think she's immune? She's joined herself to me, body and soul.
Tell it you don't love this man.
Not even if I could.
So he's creating it in his mind?
Stop it, Robbie. Don't let it in. Kill it, Robbie.
Which would explain why he's immune to it. He can't do it.
It's no use. He knows it's your other self.
Because it's him. Ooh, I gotta chill. That's so creepy that it's invisible. Can I shut that thing behind them?
We're safe. Why'd you jumble that combination? I'm not a monster, you...
We're all part monsters in our subconscious.
Right.
Don't have much time.
What does he want him to do?
20 years ago, when your comrades voted to return to Earth, you sent your secret id out to murder them.
This is crazy.
Quite realizing it, of course, except maybe in your dreams.
And now this too? Harm my own daughter?
Now you're whistling up your monster again to punish her for her disloyalty and disobedience.
Subconscious monster. Well, what can you do? Shrink your mind back down? How do you get rid of it?
Solid Krell metal, 26 inches thick.
That machine is going to supply your monster with whatever amount of power it requires to reach us.
Crap.
Look now.
How to stop it?
Red hot. Soon it'll be white hot. Then it'll soften and melt.
And then
Alta, say you don't believe this of me.
you know it's true.
Then it must be true.
But how do you?
This I must be doing.
Well, unless he... It's gonna kill him. Is it the only way to stop it? Oh, it's starting to melt. It's starting to melt.
Guilty. My evil self is at that door, and I have no power to stop it.
He must be destroyed. This is freaky. Psychological sci-fi.
Stop! No further! I deny you! I give you up!
I think he's gonna have to die.
Oh, Father.
Okay, maybe they could have just knocked him out.
Son, turn that disc. The switch. Throw it. In 24 hours, it must be 100 million miles out in space.
Why is he gonna self-destruct now?
The Krell furnaces. Chain reaction. They cannot be reversed. All...
Is he dead? Well, at least the monster's gone and they have to go. Planet's gonna explode.
We're clear now.
Clearish.
What an astrogator.
Oh, took Robbie. I'm happy about that.
Activate main view plate.
Aye, aye, Skipper.
That's Alta 4. Your father, my shipmates, all the stored knowledge of the Krell.
Crazy. Oh! All that advanced knowledge.
Alta, about 1 million years from now, the human race will have crawled up to where the Krell stood in their great moment of triumph and tragedy. Your father's name will shine again, like a beacon in the galaxy. It will remind us that we are, after all, not God.
Wow. The end. Wow. That was freaking cool. That's high concept. I like it. I wonder what people in 1956 thought about this. Whew. Okay, that was Forbidden Planet, and that was so cool. I'm really blown away by that. It really did, I'm sure, have just the hugest influence on all science fiction stuff that came after it. You could see, I mean, I picked up a couple of references. I'm sure there are tons. Feel free to let me know lots of the references in there. But man, yeah, this is just so cool. And in the end, like, it got very... like psychological sci-fi, and we're talking human consciousness and machines to make our conscious thoughts into reality, and I just didn't think we were gonna go there. And even in the beginning, it's, you know, faster than light travel. We're talking the machine is powered by thermonuclear devices. The science in it was, I mean, I know that there was advanced science back in the 50s, I know that, but I just didn't expect so much of it to be so sciencey and seem really ahead of its time. Anyway, as far as I could tell, I mean, I don't know exactly where we were in science in 1956, but I can't imagine we were talking a lot about faster than light travel and things like that in movies. So this just seems crazy ahead of its time to me. I'm just really shocked by all the science in there. I loved it so much. It was really cool to see Leslie Nielsen, a young Leslie Nielsen. This must have been one of his first movies, I'm thinking, and he was great. And I'm just overall like blown away by how like the scale, the size of this story. Like, you just think we're gonna go to a planet, even that in itself, you know, we're doing faster than light travel, we land on a planet, there's some kind of monster. I thought it would be, you know, a goofy looking kind of, what I'm thinking of, the one from Star Trek, which I love. I say goofy like affectionately, but like the Gorn. I was expecting like a Gorn to show up, you know, that sort of level of monster, but it wasn't, man. We went, like, the scope of this got so huge, and we found this ancient alien civilization and built, you know, thousands of miles in either direction, huge machinery. The scope of this is so much bigger than I was expecting. I'm just so impressed with this. Wow. Wow. I'm wondering now if we should check out some more like 50s, 60s sci-fis. I know there are a few more sci-fis that were, you know, considered classics just like this one, but I think this one is kind of the pinnacle, the height of 50s sci-fi as far as I could tell. Curious to know, was this a huge hit? I feel like it must have been, but I'm not sure. Let me know if you know that. But yeah, man, I'm just blown away by this. It was just so much huger than I thought it would be. I don't know. I'm very, very impressed by this, and not at all surprised that it spawned so many movies and shows and things, you know, referencing this movie as the inspiration. That does not shock me at all. It's got my wheels turning, and I imagine so much has come out of this movie. It's like inspirational how it just the scope of the story is really just blowing my mind. So I'm just over the moon, pun intended, to have watched this. I really enjoyed it. Let me know if there are more classic sci-fis that we should check out. I am down. I really had an awesome time watching this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.